Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Weedle, and today I'm going to be reviewing the E77 for you. And if you like your gambling as much as I like my drinking, this might be the tank, because the only way to get it is to buy those Waffentrager loot boxes and hope you get lucky. Uh, is this thing good or underwhelming? I'm actually going to say it's underwhelming. I'm going to compare it to an E75. It's basically worse in every way, in my opinion. Its advantages to me, I would trade off for the E75. This thing does have like a little bit more DPM, like basically 100 more DPM. I would gladly trade that for the extra alpha that the E75 has. It's just not enough to make up for it. The armor layout, I mean, it's very similar. Like you got more on like the face right here, which is fine, but like I don't really ever get pinned in the face on the E75 anyway. It has the same issue where you get overmatched on the roof, and while the cupola on the E75 tends to like bounce like the APCR a lot, this thing just doesn't seem to bounce anything that hit like this cupola. I don't know if it's just bigger than it looks or just I don't know. Everyone seems to hit it. The gun is kind of derpy. I have done what I can to minimize that, and I've improved it through the crew skills and equipment, and I'm going to go over that. I actually went with experimental turbo on this, and the reason I did was for the gun dispersion effect that it has on it. That, along with a few crew skills, obviously I got snapshot, I got smooth ride. Um, I honestly, I probably underestimated how good this crew skill could be when I reviewed the crew skills a couple weeks ago. But the gun dispersion decrease of almost 2% when you have the rest of the skills is definitely helpful. I managed to get it down to 0.33 dispersion doing all that and running food, and it's better than it was, but I still feel like it definitely trolls me a lot. But I do have some gameplay footage that I'm going to point out some of the weaknesses this thing has, and obviously it's the strengths. Overall, is it good? Yeah, it is a good tank. If this was in the tech tree, like I said, it's just slightly worse than the E75. And when I mean slightly, it's like E75's got 0.32 dispersion. This has got like 0.33. The alpha damage is a little less, DPM's a little higher. The E75, I think, is a little bit better side scraper than this, like just a little bit. But it keeps going, around. Like I'm just like, well, it's just a little bit better here, a little bit better here, a little bit better here. And I just wish this thing was just a tad bit better, considering you have to pay money to get it. As far as field mods, I'm with all terrain because, well, I'm not running hardening, so don't really have to worry about it. They definitely just go with the terrain resistance. Aiming circle size, pretty much standard on all tanks. I went view range, it kind of needs the help. And engine power, because I wanted to go just a little bit faster. But that's it. Let's get with the gameplay. I'm going to talk about some of the weaknesses this thing has, along with its strengths, because it does have strengths and it is a pretty good tank. Overall, fairly fun. I'd just rather play the E75. Okay, so today I have Fords for you, and honestly, Fords is a pretty good map for this tank in general. You're gonna hold down, you're gonna grind it out. That's what this thing really kind of does best, in my opinion. The alpha damage, I mentioned it's lower than the E75, and it's lower than a lot of Tier 9 tanks, to be honest with you. Which means trading is not always the best option in this. You definitely want to be positive. 2 shots to their 1 as a general rule to have good games in this. This does kind of give me a little bit of an opportunity. I was trying to shoot the turret ring there, but I decided to go for the cupola. Couldn't quite get it. Might have shot a little low there. Get a shot. Oh, look at this. Thing with the Fords is if you're patient, most of the time players will feed you their HP if you just keep playing your strong position. And Fords is very much a patience game most of the time. And just looking at this M6Y here, every time I see this tank, it's got the 2 big cupolas on top. I think to myself, just in case you miss one, you might hit the other. So right there, the TS5 just pins the cupola right there. Even though I'm using my gun depression and it doesn't seem like a big target, he didn't really struggle to hit it. And guess what? Later in the match, he doesn't struggle again. I People tend to just hit the cupola on this thing. Nice, they blocked my shot right there. It's okay. Uh, it's been surprising to me how much I actually end up losing on the. Couldn't quite get loaded. Managed to put one into the TS5. It's surprising to me, like just playing this little game of peekaboo and stuff, like how many people actually hit my cupola on this tank. It makes me feel like I'm in the E5 more so than a German heavy. One of these guys is going to give me an opportunity, though. This thing does have really good HE rounds. I know I point that out a lot, but intuition is such a valuable crew skill, and with like 650 alpha, I believe, on the HE rounds on this, I'd have to double check that. But they're pretty good. Right now, just farming out this Type 4 heavy, who I don't think understands his armor layout on his tank very well. As he's side scraping that little front plate with the angle, he's basically putting a nice 90-degree angle with me, and it just goes through right butter. Here goes that TS5 again with the cupola shot. No one really struggles with it. Like I said, the TS5, when I play it, to my opinion, it's got a fairly derpy gun. Managed to finish off the Type 4 Heavy. I'm up to 3,400 damage. So far, a pretty decent game. We'll see if I can't get a little bit more out of this. I do want to push forward if I can. I noticed my team, as I look back a few times, I'm hoping that they'll come up and we can push through and finish this off. Unfortunately, oh, there goes the gun trolling. Not a very good snapshotter. This cost me a lot, and my teammates backing off. This puts me in a real bind right here. And saw the Yag, and definitely not what I wanted to be seeing. My main thing is I kind of want to get back out of here before that Yag moves up. Yeah, that's a sign that, again, you're going to lose a lot of trades with some of these heavies that 50 TP actually has more alpha than I do. But moved a little bit more to the left here, so I'm going to have a good angle on him. Already up to 3,400 damage. So the average penetration on the premium rounds here is 311. Now, 311 is not terrible, but it is going to make it kind of difficult to, especially with those angles, to go through that. I'm trying to get a... If I can get back in here. Nope. So, I'm keeping an eye on the north part of the map here. I'll make this a little bigger. I noticed my team's kind of fighting, and pretty soon you're actually going to see a waffle tracker appear on the map. And watch my team's health pulse kind of drop here on the mini map. He's picked up one kill, picked up another kill. There he goes, deleting the grill. Just cleaning it up. I swapped to a HE round here, and nice to see these things in the matchmaker though. 662 at roll right there. I'm up to 4,969 damage. Basically, I know the low is coming for me. Yeah, the rest of their tanks are obviously moving toward me here, and hopefully I can get one shot in. Managed to put one in him. 5,457 damage. It's pretty much the playstyle of this thing. You pick a hold down location, you fight it out as best you can. You do have to watch about high caliber guns going through the top of your turret, but yeah, not a terrible tank. So final thoughts. Good. Yes, it's good. Bit underwhelming. I wouldn't be upset if I got it in the loot boxes, and I wouldn't be upset if I didn't. That's kind of my final thoughts on it. Let me know what you think. If you got it, did you want it? Are you thinking about getting it? And like I said, hope to see you guys in some battles, and good luck to you.